The Polestar 3's sister car is here. It's the much anticipated 2025 Volvo EX90. Volvo's 3-row SUV. I have referred to this car in a number of videos before in the content on 3-row SUVs. The links are in the description. This space is heating up. There is the Kia EV9 and R1S, then the Polestar 3, which is basically the 2-row version of the 3-row EX90. And then there is the equally anticipated Lucid Gravity. In this video, we'll take a full deep dive into the EX90, check its specs, its features, its technology and its usability, its space and comfort, its material and likely pricing. So let's get into it. The EX90 and the Polestar 3 are built on the SPA2 platform at Volvo. The Polestar 4 and the now delayed Volvo EX30 were built on the SEA platform. The EX90 has an identical battery pack to the Polestar 3, 111 kWh gross and 107 kWh usable. You can check my full impressions of the Polestar 3 here or via its link in the description. The Volvo EX90 is 198.3 inches long, 77.3 inches wide without the mirrors and 68.8 inches tall. It will have a wheelbase of 117.5 inches. I'll leave a link to the official page for you to check the specs at your own pace. The striking similarities with the Polestar 3 shall be all too evident. If you would like to see my impressions of the first drive of the Polestar 3 in the US, that video can be seen here or via its link in the description. The front has the Volvo logo and the grille design that you see in the EX30 and XC40. The EX90 offers the very cool Thor's hammer headlights with mechanical shutters with the LED DRLs on the outside, unveiling and hiding them when opened and shut. The turn signals are placed on the bumper. On the top is a long hood that opens very tall. Under it is an enormous area with a very shallow front trunk with 1.6 cubic feet of space and with dividers that offer some convenience to put things. The storage is widely placed under the hood with no cover of its own. The windshield water fluid opening has a built-in funnel. The space is so large even after leaving out the frunk that leaves plenty for the crash structure there. In the rear, the EX90 has full LED taillights in a very distinctly Volvo design. That light bar seems to be drawn in inspired from the EX30 and the XC40. I have reason to believe there will be plenty of ultrasonic sensors all around, but we'll wait to confirm that along with the exact power electronics in a future video. The driver's seat is a new design with a manual thigh cushion extension and inflatable bolsters with the massage function. The seats have two-tone imitation leather upholstery. On the side of the seats is the part wool, part recycled polyester. The fixed headrests also carry embedded speakers. The seats in all the three rows look consistently similar, though the adjustable seat belts are only on the first two rows. The EX90 should eventually configure in both the 6 and the 7 seat configurations. The 40-20-40 seats in the middle row in the latter offer some interesting features. The middle seat folds and moves forward and back independently and has an integrated child bolster seat in it. The row 3 has a slightly tight footwell that's power folding. The power mechanism will take away at least some space under the floor. The legroom and headroom dimensions are identical to the current Volvo XC90 and that car I believe is not being discontinued. So both will simultaneously be on offer. The headroom in the row 3 will be tight. That's also the case with most 3-row cars barring probably the R1S. The EX90 has a huge glass roof that's truly bold for a safety conscious brand and in California heat, if not so much in Scandinavian countries. The glass roof, never the same, is a special experience on road trips, and this one should be no different. Behind the row 3 is a surprisingly deep understorage. I can imagine at least one small 22-inch roller bag fitting nicely in. That would surely be after you have removed the divider that can be found there. The rear cargo is small in any 3-row SUV with all 3 rows up. In the EX90, that's 10.9 cubic feet and 23.1 cubic feet with the row 3 seats folded. The hatch opens just about enough but not comfortably high for me at 5'11". And just like all good Scandinavian design, you will see a high utility storage even with an indication of things that could fit in the cargo. And like Polestar 3, it also offers a rear wiper. The EX90 is definitely made of premium material all around. In the dash you see the light birch wood trim with a chrome strip running all through. That wood is so thin they needed to actually put a layer of plastic behind it. Above that are the air vents that can move manually. And then there is the fabric strip with the stitched imitation leather on the dashboard. It's all vegan leather with recycled plastics and some natural oils. Under the dash is a large glove box. That stitched leather from the dash is also on the doors. The doors have the speaker grills of the Bowers and Wilkins audio system. At the bottom of the door are the hard plastics at the place that needs all the durability. The window switches are like the Polestar ID4 with two shared buttons for the front and the rear, and that's already proved controversial. True to modern EVs, the major controls are all in the infotainment system, equipped with a 14.5 inches center display. And the infotainment, I believe, is a work in progress. This could have bugs, and just like we saw in the Polestar 3, this one feature will be evolving well into and past 2025. So look for an update on it in the future on this channel. At the review mirror are some physical buttons, mainly for the lights, the emergency hazards, and probably some surprises to come. So keep a lookout for that next update. Volvo has added its first electric adjustable tilt telescopic steering column. Some users may find its range of motion slightly less. The steering has the Volvo logo in a hard plastic design. The left spoke has plenty of options for the instrument cluster, including getting a basic safety setup, an optional lane view, or a moving map view. Also on the left spoke are the ADAS functions for lane centering and the cruise control Volvo calls the Pro Pilot. On the right spoke are the volume and infotainment options, including the button for voice commands. That's now fairly standard. Most of these steering buttons will show you things on the 9-inch instrument cluster. That will be complemented by a heads-up display. The technology I personally am very excited about. But with experience I can tell you to wait for the car on the road to be out to actually check how well the software would work. This steering already shows signs of features that could be coming in the future in the form of small icons. Speaking of unfinished cars, the EX90 currently on offer would not have the LiDAR but only the camera and radar sensors. It would also not have cross traffic alert or plug-in charge or Apple CarPlay, no seat cooling and obviously no native NACS port. Plenty to miss on a premium car. Makes you wonder if one should really wait a year or two to buy. Surely some of these things are just a software update away, but it's generally getting very common now to release blatantly unfinished products. We saw that with the Tesla CyberTruck, the Polestar 3, and now here with the Volvo EX90. I'll try and do a usability deep dive on this whenever I get more time with this car. The center console has a flat wireless charging mat and a sliding cover on the side of the wooden trim that has cup holders underneath. Next to it is the revolving knob for the infotainment with an inlay that's 3D printed. There's a soft armrest with storage underneath. The center console has a storage tray below but not exactly a flat floor there. That tray is carpeted and should hold things firmly. The flat floor is found in the rear of the console in the row 2 with big air vents and climate control functions. The seat is adjustable with a single square knob, very identical to the one in the Polestar 3. That can be used in different ways to change the seat position, the backrest and the lumbar support. This is difficult to demonstrate here, but by default the control moves the seat forward and backward when rotated around. The same control moved up and down moves the bottom cushion up and down. Pressing the button in the center, the rotating movement then controls the bottom cushion tilt and the up and down motion controls the lumbar support. Surely something for the mind and muscle to get used to. The 402 horsepower trim has the more powerful motor in the front, while the 510 horsepower one has the more powerful motor in the rear. A bit strange. The instrument cluster in the EX90 is placed on the steering column. It hence adjusts to the steering at all times. It's a small change, yet a convenient one. The Volvo EX90 is indicated at just over $81,000 including destination. Its qualification for the EV tax credit seems unclear and unlikely at this point. That's even in the base model for the timeline of this car. But neither does its competition look like qualifying. It's also far more premium to most of them, barring probably the Lucid Gravity. Never the same, this is an important car and like said before, a highly anticipated one in the very interesting 3-row space. If you would like to see a catch up with the 2024 VW ID4, you can check that video here or in the description. See you in the next one.